Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Um, just want to give you a little background before we jump into it. So this channel is just basically me opening up about different stuff in my life and just my experiences, growing up, and just sharing them with you and just sharing my thoughts in general. I'm a pretty open book, and I like talking about anything and everything, so I just, decided why not just, you know, talk to myself and let other people listen to it on the internet. So, yeah. Um, today I'll be talking about saying how, um, just talking about how I don't feel like I'm deserving of love. And I don't know how long this video is going to be, but I hope you stay to the end of it, of course, so you can at least give it a try, see if you like this type of content. If you don't, you can always, just skip. It doesn't really matter to me. I'm just doing this for the love of the game. But yeah, today I'm going to be talking about how I don't think I'm deserving of love. So growing up, I was a little behind with my friends. I was always the uglier friend growing up when I was younger. So I didn't really have a lot of confidence in general. And, not having a lot of confidence, it kind of just tanks, I guess, changes the way you live life in a way. At least it did for me. I liked staying in more than going out a lot. And to be honest, that hasn't changed. I'm kind of a loser. And I'm proud to be one at least. But growing up, I was, I thought I was always, and I've been told that I was always the uglier friend in the group. Not by my friends, but just different people in general. For example, girls. Yeah, I guess they were younger and they didn't really care to say it or have a filter, but I'm glad they did. But going to high school year, or going to summer going into junior year, I was kind of always just, I always kept to myself. I was like the quiet kid who didn't really care to interact with a lot of people. I still really don't, but I kind of have to now because I'm in college. But that's besides the point. In high school, in the summer going into junior year, I got this job. And keep in mind that I'm still a virgin. I didn't have my first kiss. I didn't have anything. But summer going into junior year. No, yeah, summer going to junior year. I got a job finally, and I just the first couple of weeks I started working it was just basic, but eventually I noticed this girl, and I realized this is the girl that I had a big crush on in high school. She was like a hallway crush. Obviously, she was a couple of years older than me. She graduated. I didn't really know her. She didn't know me, but we started talking, and eventually we got to the point where I grew feelings for her, and I thought we had a connection. But I never really saw anything serious in us because, again, it was a hallway crush. It was a high school thing. She was older than me. But we still started doing stuff. It started with making out, just the basic stuff. Just everything, I guess, what a lot of people would consider normal nowadays. And eventually, we got to a point where we liked each other. or I liked her a lot, and I got to know her a lot. I met her parents. I've been over. She'd been over. You know, we had a great connection, a good time for a couple months. And I grew feelings. They weren't anything strong like love. I didn't really know what that felt at the time. But I did like her, and I didn't like her just for sex or just cause, you know, just cause like I don't know how to explain it, but I didn't like her just for sex. I liked her because of the person she was. And eventually, you know, she told me that she actually had a boyfriend. And I was kind of the side thing, I guess, I thought to myself. And I realized that after she ghosted me and moved to a whole different state for him. And that was the first time I truly felt upset about losing a girl or someone I've met in my life. Usually, I don't really care because obviously people go, people come as you live life, but this girl, you know, I liked this girl and I had a good connection with her, and I thought, you know, it would last a little longer, but it didn't. So that ended, and as time moved on, you know, junior year, I eventually got over her, but, you know, it still hurt. I met this girl at the gym. Well, okay, before I go into that, I mean, after meeting that first girl, I grew some confidence in myself because she was pretty attractive, and I would say arguably more attractive than I was at the time. And that gave me confidence, I guess, to realize that, hey, I'm not as ugly as I think, or not as ugly as I was before, so maybe, like, you know, grow some balls and talk to someone you think is attractive. And that's what I did when I saw this girl, and that was the first time I didn't get rejected, and I felt good. And eventually we started seeing each other, and 3 months in, we started dating. And once we started dating, 2 months later into the relationship, we brought up a conversation of love, and she confessed that she did love me. I didn't know what love felt at that time, but she had the courage to tell me that, and I felt really bad saying I didn't feel the same way, so I lied. And at the time, lying about that, I thought that was a good idea, but it wasn't, and I should have been true to myself, because the next couple months with her were, I just felt like a shitty person, so then I couldn't be with her, so I broke up with her, and that kind of helped me, take some time, and it helped me reflect and realize what I, wanted in life, and it also, helped me gain a better understanding of what love actually is. And somewhere going into senior year, I saw this girl working. Well, I was working, and she came in, and I saw her, and I don't know how to describe it except love at first sight. Like, I mean, this girl was gorgeous, and obviously she still is. I mean, I still know her, obviously, but not. I know of her, but we're not. I don't. You get the point. This girl was everything that I wanted, and I told my friend at the time that I was working with, she is gorgeous. I want her. Like, I don't think I've seen a more beautiful person than her. It was, again, kind of like love at first sight, not to be corny or cringe, but it's true. And he sadly told me that she had a boyfriend at the time, so I kind of just blew past it. I was obviously upset, but eventually, I think a month or two later, he tells me, "Oh yeah, they broke, like, her and her boyfriend broke up," and I decided to just add her on Snapchat because, again, I was still a kid. I didn't really care about a number, and I think that was a really funny way to meet somebody. And weirdly enough, she accepted, and she eventually told me that she accepted my request because she was bored and didn't really know, like, she didn't know much about me. She just knew I worked. She saw me working at the place I worked, and I thought that was funny at the time. But yeah, anyways, it's crazy how one small thing could change everyone's life. Isn't that, just a funny thing to think about? But anyways, eventually we started talking, and she didn't want anything serious at the time, but I did. I really wanted this girl, and eventually, after doing a lot and showing her that that I actually want to care for her, we finally started dating. And then going to senior year, we lasted through that, and it was the best. I don't know how long senior year was, 6 months of my life, 7 months. And this was the first time I truly felt love. And it felt amazing. And I couldn't ask for a better feeling than that, to be honest. Like, your heart and your feelings and just the way your brain works when you love someone is it's just a good feeling all around. And, but, as good things come up, they must fall down. So, eventually, summer ended after after senior year, and that means college. So I decided to move across the country, and because of that one small mistake, more arguments happened. Things were said, and eventually she told me that she didn't love me as much. And that was the first time I I don't even know how to describe what I felt at that moment. Sadness, guilt, regret. I was devastated. The girl that I loved dearly told me that she did not love me as much as she did before. And honestly, that made me feel depressed. I was mentally weak, physically weak. I don't know. My life just kind of fell apart, and eventually, I still wanted her. I tried to fight for her, but she didn't fight back at first, and I lost feelings, and that was the first time I truly lost someone I love, and honestly, the only person I truly loved. After her, I obviously tried looking for other people. I even went on dating apps, and I don't know, nothing felt the same. I tried talking to other people. I didn't feel a connection. Um, and eventually, I realized that I still missed her, but I couldn't do anything about it because eventually, like all people do, people move on, and she did, but I didn't. Um, it took me some time to move on, but eventually I did, and I tried dating again, and this is where it starts. This is where I start realizing that I don't think I'm deserving of love, because every time I tried going for a girl I liked and talking for them for a small amount of time, I either got ghosted, stood up, or just treated like, not even treated like, I was the second option. And the more and more that happened, the more I question if that there was someone else out there for me besides that one girl. You don't understand. I don't. A lot of people don't understand the feeling of trying so hard for someone just to get nothing back. When I talk to someone, I truly give it my all, and I want them. I want it to be the same. I get rid of every girl on my phone. I don't even have girls on my phone. I show them that they're the only person I care about and I want truly, and there's nothing that could, sway my mind about the person, but again, as all things do, as all good things do, they come crashing down every time I think something is good. I talk to them for a couple months and then I find out, oh, wow, look at that. There's another guy. Or, wow, I've been talking to them for a while and boom, out of nowhere, ghosted. And I can't do anything about it. It's not in my control. And I learned to realize that, but it still hurts. I don't think anyone wants to be the second option. I don't think anyone wants to be ghosted, but the more it happens, the more I think to myself, is love really something that can find me? And I want to say yes, it can, but every new experience just makes the answer less and less, I guess, more and more obvious that it obviously can. And I know that I'm still young and people say you have time, but when is that time gonna come? I don't want to wait years and spend years of my life being alone. I hate being alone. I want to find my person, and the longer I wait for that, the more confidence I lose. The more I question myself, the more I lose myself in a way. And it really sucks. Sure, it may help me in the long run, but why would anyone want to feel like shit? I don't know. When you try so hard, but don't get the same treatment back, it almost makes you question, well, personally makes me question, one, am I ugly? Two, am I not doing enough? And three, are they just doing this for fun because they're bored and they're just waiting for the other guy to respond while you're giving them all your attention? And yeah, I will give you all my attention, and I will spend all my time texting you or focusing on you, but that's because I genuinely like you, and I have no fear showing it. And like I said before, I want them to feel the same way and show the same passion like I do to them, but it never happens. And it sucks because I always want to believe that I'm deserving of love. But as time and time goes on, I just think to myself that I'm really not. And hopefully, as time passes, that'll change. But as for right now, I feel like shit. And I sit here and cry, not because I miss the person, but because I just want someone to love me. I just want to feel loved. I want I want to find and have my person that I can be, that I can laugh, that I can cry, that I can do anything with. And the longer it takes for me to find the person, the more I think to myself that there is no person out there for me. And the more I think that, the more I cry, and the less confidence I have. But yeah, that's all I can say at the moment. Obviously, I'm still trying to find that person, and hopefully it comes sooner than later, but life has a plan, and I guess for now I'll stick to that plan. So yeah, um, thanks for, that's all I have to say for today. Um, I'll probably be posting again tomorrow, or whenever I have time. I have lots of thoughts that I'd like to share, or just lots of stories that I have, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope I'll see you next time, to be honest. I hope you guys, got something out of this, or at least enjoyed listening to it. Thanks.